Hello, boys and girls. This is Mr. Archer again.
Huh?
This is Mr. Archer again. And
I know.
I'm here with the people at safety. Look, and there are fire trucks all about. I think there's a fire inside, but I don't see any fire. See, it might be a false alarm, but I was trying to go live on Facebook. But see, they don't want me to be alive, apparently. But, let me see. But I'm still alive. Here, yet again. But I've been held in captivity, you see, for the past 2 months. And the kidnappers, well, I just left that place not 2 days ago. But while I was there, I thought of so many new things. And you see, here's a picture, and it's all in pieces right now. But it's part of the puzzle, you see, and I have to put it together, even though it's chaotic right now. But the main point is virtual particles as photonic agents of the simultaneous wave-particle duality in dynamic singularities of light consciousness. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So we had to go back in time, you see. And, okay, so just jumping back in time, we had to go back to February 9th of 2008. And we're going to read you something that we wrote in our journal. And this is for past, present, and future versions of ourselves, as well as to whom it may concern. and the title of this is called The Infinite Layers of Infinite Universes, you see. And what we came up with as we went back in time, to remind ourselves that we came up with it, because they keep stealing our journals, and we don't like it, because then we have to go back and get it again. But what it says, you see, it says, okay, as a method of reference, up and down are relative concepts when viewed from any central point on an XYZ axis in a zero gravity environment, you see, and even so in reference to our human perspective as viewed from Earth. Okay, given that the universe is infinite, then theoretically this makes each and every point in space the center of it, because infinity has no specifically discernible beginning or end to use as reference points of contrast with which to find a center, you see. And the concept of up, down, or any other term one might apply to express any form of direction are only what they are in relation to the vantage point from which they are viewed by the individual, you see. However, if the universe continues infinitely in all directions, all one would have to do to find the center of it would be to trace all directions back to the central point at which they all intersect, you see. One might apply this same principle to find one's own center of gravity in the human body by tracing the frontal, sagittal, and transverse planes back to the point where all intersect once bisected into two halves of equal mass in order to find said center. You see, and there that is, there. Okay, because the universe is infinite, this also allows that every given point in space is theoretically the center of it, and potentially the center of it, and thus stands to reason that there must also be an infinite number of infinite universes, each beginning from its own point in every probable eventuality of its own spacetime, and each intersecting and overlapping others in layers, you see. By this same concept, and since any point in space can be bisected infinitely, despite what the Planck scale would have you to believe, because no point can be dissected to the point of nothingness in accordance to the principles of Zeno's paradox, i.e., the arrow can never reach the target, because every time it covers half the distance, there is still a distance yet to cover. There would thus also exist infinite alternate versions of ourselves, each existing in their own separate universes, all intersecting and overlapping the layers of infinite universes, beginning from the infinite centers within each of us, you see. Though the question to this point still remains, if there are infinite universes continually intersecting with and overlapping other layers, only doing so while still traveling on their own separate or different planes, how would one realign their own trajectory in their own universe in order to jump or switch their own physical essence or consciousness from the alignment of this plane or universe to the alignment of another? That's a tricky one, you see, but reference the paradox of the three polarizers, if you would. And in summary, assuming that the Big Bang did in fact begin at the center of the universe, and every given point in the universe is the center of it, it thus stands to reason that an infinite number of universes each experience their own Big Bang, each on different planes or levels, and thereby each expanding infinitely outward in all directions from their own centers, while also intersecting and overlapping each other universe, beginning from the separate points or centers next to them on infinite different planes of each one's existence in its infinite different levels. We had to revisit this concept on December 7th, 2021, but I'm getting wordy. You have a good day, boys and girls. We hope to talk to you later. Goodbye for now.